I saw this article today in The Pillar. Living like a saint, Indian bishop leaves office to become a hermit. I was really taken aback by it. 10 years ago today, Father Jacob Murichan was appointed an auxiliary bishop of the eparchy of Palai in southern India. Now he is starting a new chapter of life as a hermit. What inspired the 59-year-old bishop to take the rare step of leaving office to pursue a solitary life of prayer? I'm going to post a link to this. I'm just going to comment on it, something that so I just want to tell you something about this. So why do I find that article interesting about the bishop wanting to be a hermit? Because it really shows a bishop, who's going into this unitive state of prayer. I mean, I do encourage people to read this book, Ascent of the Man to God, The Ascent of Man to God, and it's by Michael Carroll. I do encourage you. I try and blog about it. There's something coming, but when I saw this article about the bishop going to be a hermit, it struck me. Where will he arrive to? Where is he arriving in prayer? I would love to spend more time in prayer. It's something I'd love to do something like that. Obviously God puts us where we are, and he doesn't ask more than where we are. My responsibility is to my wife, my children, and to maintain them. That's my mission. But I unite my heart as much as possible to Christ's heart. Where I am, in this hermitage of a room, I give Christ my heart every day. My prayer every morning is my heart. That's it. Christ, here's my heart. Do with it what you want. And he kind of reins things in, and it just pushes me along. I find so sad in the church, the battles, what's going on, the mass, all of this is just I just can't make sense of it. I just don't understand why we would do what we were doing to the blessed liturgy. We are called to unite our heart to Christ. And as I said in previous videos, praying with the heart. Pray with the heart. How do you pray with the heart? As I said, always imagine your heart, that dove that Christ is holding, even though it's an image of the Holy Spirit as well. Imagine your heart is that dove that you willingly hand to him, and he holds it, and he unites himself to you, and he comes into your heart. If people understood this, the Eucharist, and what uniting your heart to Christ is, and how simple it is, this is the sad reality of prayer. We make it so complicated. People were asking me about the tarot, why I have these. There are people in spiritual movements that make something so stupid that this whole phenomenon that's complicated, that's ritualistic, that's not, you will never arrive to Christ, to heaven with that. That's just leading you off in a path. The occult, all of that is fumbling in the dark. It has nothing of what Christ's immense heart is. Do you know what I mean? This is what people need to get. Christianity, spirituality, our faith is simple. Christ said it himself. Be like a child, and a child would see things simply. It's all here. It's all here. People don't need to go to mediums or anything. It's all here. You don't need to ask for anything. It's all here, and it's all in the Eucharist, and it's all in the Mass. And to those traditionalists, we're very agitated about what's going on in the church at this moment in time. The church will renew. The church will renew. We will return to the Mass. We have to return to the Mass. The Novus Ordo, whether people will accept this or not, has flaws. Now, I'm not saying it's illicit. I'm not saying Christ isn't consecrated on the altar. Okay? Please, let me... But as somebody said today, the calendar, The calendar is not leading us on this illuminative and unitive path. It simply isn't. The calendar and how we receive the Eucharist is not leading us to unitive life of prayer with Christ. It doesn't do it. It can happen, and I'm sure there are people there. We could just make it easier for souls. That's all I'm saying. The church will renew, and the theologians and everyone that knows this, they'll know it better than me. It will happen. Don't despair. Don't despair. Catholics should never despair. We are people of joy. So I'm just delighted this bishop is going to be a hermit. It's great to see a bishop that's striving for the unitive life of prayer. I just thought it was fantastic today. We all have to go there. Not all of us can become hermits, but you can give your heart to Christ. Your heart, which is being and free will. Imagine those two, your being and your free will held together. You give that to Christ, symbolized as your heart. You give it to him, he will give it to you. The two will unite, and your life will be blown open. It's that simple. Catholicism is simple. It's not don't ever think spirituality has to be complex, like going to mediums and tarot cards and paying money and all this. Christ gives his heart for free. For free. He gives his heart. The greatest things in this world are free. You don't need to pay anything for them. Don't ever fall into that trap. Don't ever go chasing cheap tricks in mediums and God knows what the new age stuff is out there. Our faith is serious and it's for free, and that's what we need to do. So please pray for that bishop on an adventure. He's on an adventure, God, and he's still young. He's on an adventure to a life of unitive prayer. I am impressed. I mean, I wonder how many Irish bishops are in unitive prayer with Christ. I do wonder when, I'm not criticizing, I just do wonder when we see what's going on. A man in unitive prayer would form disciples and he would train them. He would open souls. A man in unitive prayer will change the world. That's my view anyway. Setting a challenge to you guys. Read this book, The Ascent of Man to God. Just read it. You can get it on Amazon. Book of the day. The Ascent of Man to God. Read it. And if, as I said, I'm promoting very much Jean Cordy, his book, Praying with the Heart. Spiritual life, very, very, very easy, very simple. But, I do encourage people to take the journey. Take the journey. You will be surprised. Ask Christ to reveal his heart. Ask him. Okay. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.